Look, I'm telling you right now, South Beach is usually known for the vibes, the neon lights, and the too expensive drinks. But what went down at the Edwards Apartments recently? Man, it's straight out of a movie script, and not the rom-com kind. We're talking about a link-up that went from 0 to 100 because of a religious background check that happened way too late in the game. You got a popular adult content creator, a rejection that hit way too hard, and a piece of shattered glass that turned a regular Thursday night into a felony charge. Before we get into how this whole situation crashed out, I want to give a massive shout out to the Laws&Criminals family. Seriously, the support on the recent deep dives has been crazy, and I appreciate every single one of you rocking with the channel. If you're new here and you want the real, unfiltered breakdown of these cases without the extra fluff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. We don't miss over here. All right, let's get into it. The players in this mess are La'Rose Sainte, a 30-year-old adult content creator originally from Atlanta, and a man she'd been talking to for about 3 weeks. Now, 3 weeks is usually that getting to know you phase, right? You're texting, maybe FaceTiming, filling out the vibe. So the victim invites Sainte over to his spot at 953 Collins Avenue, that Edwards Apartments. Everything seems like it's going according to plan until they get inside. Here is where the shock hits. Usually, when things go south in these situations, it's about money or someone's partner showing up. But this man looked at Sainte and told her straight up that they weren't going to have sex because she wasn't Jewish. Now, imagine the tension in that room. You've been talking for 3 weeks, you finally get to the crib, and then boom, the religious deal breaker comes out of nowhere. Sainte, who's built a whole following online on platforms like Fansly and X, did not take that rejection sitting down. According to the police report, she didn't just walk out, she got heated. She started demanding his car keys and his money like she was looking for a rejection fee or something. When the victim tried to back away and head to the bathroom to de-escalate, Sainte allegedly pushed him so hard he went flying into the bathtub. Then she started raining down punches on his face. This wasn't just a little argument anymore. The stakes just jumped through the roof. Before we see how this turned into a literal bloodbath, do me a quick favor. Drop a comment below with the exact time you're watching this and how you actually stumbled across the channel today. I'm trying to see how the algorithm is moving these videos around. But back to the apartment, because it gets way worse. The victim actually managed to get out of the unit to catch his breath, but then he heard the sound of his life being dismantled through the door. When he walked back in, it was a crime scene in the making. He walks back in, and his crib is looking like a tornado hit it. We talking real deal property damage. Sainte wasn't just knocking stuff over, she was dismantling the place. She ripped the handle clean off the refrigerator door and smashed 2 pairs of his sunglasses. But the real proof of how bad this got was the wall mirror. She didn't just break it, she turned it into a weapon. As the victim tries to get it to stop, Sainte grabs a jagged shard of that shattered glass. This is the moment where the vibe is officially dead and buried. According to the police report, she didn't just wave it around, she went in. She allegedly stabbed him right in his left hand, leaving him with several deep lacerations. But here's the twist that shows you exactly where her head was at. Sainte actually admitted to the cops later that she went into the kitchen and grabbed a knife from the drawer too. And this is the part that's been going viral. She straight up told the man, "I'm about to crash out." Now, if you know what crashing out means, you know that's a different level of reckless. That's somebody telling you they don't care about the consequences, they don't care about the police, and they definitely don't care about your well-being. She claims she eventually dropped the knife and just slapped him twice in the face, but by then, the damage was already done. The blood was on the floor, the mirror was in pieces, and the police were already on their way. Sainte didn't stick around to talk it out though. She dipped out of the Edwards Apartments and hopped into a black SUV, probably thinking she'd faded into the South Beach crowd. But this is 2026, and Miami Beach police got the tech. They didn't even need a high-speed chase. They deployed a drone from their real-time crime center that was already hovering over Collins Avenue. That drone stayed locked on her like a GTA 5-star wanted level. It tracked that SUV turn for turn until officers on the ground could get in position. When they finally pulled the vehicle over, they did a full felony stop, guns drawn, the whole nine. They weren't taking any chances after hearing about a stabbing. So, what are the consequences for a night like that? Sainte was hauled off to the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center. She's looking at a heavy felony charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, plus 3 misdemeanors for the battery and the property she wrecked. The wildest part? Her bond was set at only $1,650. For a stabbing and a crash-out threat, that seems low, but it usually means the victim's injuries weren't life-threatening, even if the situation was terrifying. At the end of the day, this whole mess started over a not Jewish comment and ended with a mugshot and a felony record. It just goes to show you never really know who you inviting over until the crash-out starts. Keep it locked here for the next update on this case. I'm out.